as a default in Revit, you have 2 levels. So when you open Revit, you see this window. In the Architecture tab, you click on the wall icon, choose your type of wall. I'm choosing exterior here with brick. And on the option bar at the top, select the height to the 2nd level. Yours is probably unconnected. And the location line should be on face exterior, finished face exterior at this point. So according to what's on the board, 10 feet, I have a 10 feet wall here, and then I have an arc. In your wall command, you have the drawing tools here. You click on the arc icon. Should be around 15 length, 15 feet. So this is my work. And the rest, I still have 10. I can give the numbers. If you're still in your arc command, click on the line, the top one here. So I have 20 feet here. Just eyeballing, 35 at the bottom, and close. Okay.
That makes sense. I just had it.
So you should have something like this.
How do I do the arc?
When you're in the wall command, when you start, there's option here at the top, the drawing tools. You go, this is the line, you start with the line, and then the first line was 10 feet. You can give the number. Click, the arc is on the 2nd part at the top, exactly at the bottom of the straight line. So you click that, arc is, the first point is already picked, so here, the last point you pick, and then you specify the radius. And then click to straight line again, and you have another 10 feet here.
Can I get the dimensions again, please?
Here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, also the lecture.
Doesn't have to be exactly, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Doesn't have to be exactly like this, but I want you to pay attention to the dimensions.
Okay, so in the homework assignment there is a dimension requirement, but this is just a sample. You can use it very similar model.
So you should have something like this. I'm going to place in some windows. Last week we did this. On the Architecture tab, Windows icon, Properties type. Always remember to choose the properties. To choose what is specifically mentioned for your project. So I'm just going to choose something from this part. I click in my windows. In the arc I have 2. I have 1 here. And other 2 here. So when you place in, yes.
Right now, no. The homework assignment, yeah. You can see there is a dimension. In the 2nd page.
can't say it a little nicer, like.
Fix windows.
We can do it pretty quick. Just follow what.
Okay.
I have a quick question. How'd you get end fix windows?
I was
I couldn't figure out where the difference was. Okay, and I just have to fix which one. It doesn't matter which one. Yeah. Okay, so that I don't have the same. I don't have to have the same one as you.
Here, when you placed in your windows, everyone's got the window?
Yeah, put some windows.
Okay.
Yes.
In the annotate tab at the top, you have the dimensions aligned. Pick the icon here, and then in the option bars, there's a icon. You have to scroll down, choose wall faces. It's probably a center lines for you. Choose wall faces. That means your dimensions will be from the outside parts of the wall, face to face. So in the architecture, in the annotate tab, aligned button, click on that, and then you have this at the bottom of your drawing panel. Select wall faces. In the pick item, select individual reference for now. Everyone got that? Okay. In the annotate tab.
Annotate, yeah, annotate.
You have dimensions aligned. Here in the options bar, you select wall faces. And then in the pick part, there's a pick option. You select individual reference. You click the face. Let's say I want this wall, dimension for this wall. I click the outside parts of the walls next to it. Yes? So when you're set on the individual reference, that's one item. Select the faces from perpendicular to your dimension. Get this. Now the other one was entire wall. Select the entire wall. There's an option that you can click on that. Select, check openings in this window. When you click on the options, this window will show up. Click on openings. You have two options. Okay. Again, in the annotate, you're still in annotate and dimensioning, align. Here at the bottom here, you have pick entire walls. You have options. When you click on options, this window will show up. Yes?
Does it need to be on width or can I put it on something?
You click on the openings, you check the openings. There's two types, centers or widths. That's showing the dimensions of the objects in your model. If you want centers, that means everything from the center of your object is going to be dimensioned. If it's the width, then it's not from the center line of the object. Let's see what's the difference. I'm choosing widths for now. I click OK. I select this, the one that has a window in it, and gives me the dimension of the window and its distance from the wall. Yes? So if I choose in the option bar, if I choose centers, I click on that. The difference is this. It's giving me the dimension from the center of my object, whether it's a window or it's a door.
What is the EQ with the dash across?
Equalizing the distances. Let's say if you have 3 windows in this wall, you want all the distances from the centers or the width to be equal.
Can you draw this?
Now for dimensioning the arc,
Just draw it.
you do the same thing in the annotate, dimension. You choose the arc length this time. So annotate, dimensions, arc length. Click on the arc, the outside part, and it will show you this circle. That means it needs some references to draw it from, give you the dimensions from. So it's supposed to be from the start, which is this point here. This point, I will choose this wall and this point. Or I will choose the windows. Anywhere you choose as a reference, that will give you the dimensions on the arc. So you first select the arc, and then you click the references you want the dimensions from. I'll go through that again. Here, I'm still in the dimension. I click on the arc first. The references are the points probably, or the width of my windows. If your option, the options that you had on width and centers, if it was on the centers, it would show you the references from the centers of your object. So your dimensions on the arc would probably be from the centers. Same procedure with the straight line, straight wall. Everyone got that? Everyone got the dimensions on the arc?
So how do you reference it again? Sorry.
What are you doing?
Question wrong recording.
Yeah, no.
You know how to do it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you listen?
Listen?
No, the lecture.
Yeah.
You done it.
Well, I'll study tonight.
I just finished my work before today.
How was it?
It's alright.
Hydraulic jump question?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. It's not that bad.
Not that bad at all. Interesting. How do you get the kind of techniques of the wall? Hey, so how to get
Yeah, every dimension.
bigger. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like my windows. Yeah, I like windows.
So basically, this is how dimension works. The settings was okay.
They just what about the windows?
Now, how to change the distance of your object from a point? You click on the object. Like for instance, I want this window to be another measurement according to what I have on the window, what's showing on the screen. I click on the object. You can click on the dimension, give numbers, like let's say it's 3. It will move your object. So when you want to move anything within a wall, you click on the object and the dimensions will be highlighted. Then you can change the number in the dimensions. If you click on the dimension itself, you won't be able to change anything. So that's the difference.
So you can change the dimensions like manually instead of change like actual dimensions.
Yeah, you click on the
Why
object.
would you do that? Like for just like maybe your scale
Maybe
off or something?
you might need to move something.
Okay, how do you
So if you just click on the dimension, let's say you want to change this. If you double click on the text, you will get this view or window. This is for adding additional details to the dimension that is showing on your screen. So let's say I have a specific detailed in my project that I need to show that it's in this place. I would say this is B1. I can add it in the suffix and apply and say OK. Next to my dimension, I will see that. Everyone got that? So for moving objects, click on an object and then the dimensions will be highlighted. Then you can change the distances. But if you click on the dimension itself, you're only allowed to change or add something to what's being displayed. Does that make sense? Here,
Can we try changing one again?
if I want to change, move my window, I click on the object, and then I can give a number to the dimensions. This is for moving. But if you click on the dimensions itself, the only thing that you can do with the dimension is add something. You won't be able to change it. The difference is just clicking on the object first. I'm just going to draw some interior walls, specifying rooms. Did you get your answer?
Yeah.
Okay. In the architecture tab, I select the walls For interior, we used interior types in the properties type. Here, I chose 123. I'm gonna draw an interior wall here, something like this.
Oh,
One
wall 5.5.
on this side and the other on this side. So, architecture tab, click on wall icon. Architecture tab, wall icon. Choose the type of the wall for the inside. It's different to the outside. Interior, and then draw 2 areas or rooms. Close. And add doors to it. You still go to the architecture tab, you add a door anywhere. We went through this last week.
What kind of interior walls is it?
Anything. Interior walls, choose anything. So you should have something like this. Again, in the architecture tab, there's an area, the panel room and area. Click on the room. Architecture tab, room and area panel. Click on room icon. You will get this cross on your screen. Click on the inside of the rooms, or the closed areas, I guess. Here. Now, there are parts in your model that they don't have a boundary, they don't have walls, but it's different areas. So this might be your entrance. It doesn't have a wall, but it's an entrance place. I want to say this is the entrance, and I want the square feet of it. What I do in the same tab.
Can you remind me what tab this is?
Mine has changed a little bit. So it's in the architecture tab, in the room and area panel.
Thank you.
So for separating areas without drawing a wall, you go to the same place that you went to select the room. You select the room separator. It's not a wall, it's just a line, defining a boundary. You select the room separator. I can draw a line, let's say here, and I want another area in this part defined. I have to close it, so I'm just going to close this. Yes, and still in the room, so now I can define this area and this area again. If you don't close it, the whole area is going to be the same name, and the square feet of that area is going to be the total. Everyone got that?
How did you make all blue? How did you make the arch blue? How did you do the room again?
I separated the arc part with the room separator, and then selected a room in there. So I'm going to go through this part again. In the architecture tab, beneath the room icon, there's a room separator. It draws lines. I'm going to draw a line here to here. I'm just going to define this as another space in Revit. So when I come back to the room command, I can click on this, and it will give me 36 square feet space. I don't have a wall, I just have the boundary.
Can you remind me how you did the square
Oftentimes, you
foot?
have a dining area and living room area, right? But there's one partition between that, and you can kind of separate.
How did you get the square Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's normal if we don't get this height.
So, guys, I think mine is a little bit different to you because I have the square feet here. Click on one of the labels.
Okay, later.
In the properties palette, go to edit type. You have options here that you can check. there's a show area and you have numbers. Uncheck the area, we usually don't use the number, and check the area. Apply, okay. You will have the square feet of every area that you've defined. So, click on one of the labels, one of the rooms. There's going to be a red boundary around it. That means that you can change and give the different properties to it. In the properties palette, click on edit type and check the show area.
Can you just do that one more time? Under the property.
I double clicked on the room and it took me to another place.
Close the window.
Do you want to?
So, click on one of the rooms, one of the labels, in the properties palette, edit type, check room area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we already did this.
And the spacing for my room seems like a little bit off or something like that.
Depends on the model. So, as you can see, I have colors. I don't think you guys have colors. So, in the Annotate tab, in the Color Fill panel, you click on that, you select Color Fill Legend, it will give you a legend. So, in Annotate, Color Fill panel, Annotate, Color Fill Legend, select the icon. It should give you an icon. Mine has a name because I went through it last session, so you guys don't have a name. Click it outside, and then there's going to be a box open for you.
It's not there yet.
So you will have a window. If you click on the legend, you will have the window. The first, mine is not showing because it's already set. I set it last session. Everyone got the legend?
I think I have.
There's going to be a window open. The first question you have to set as room, or the type set as room. The second part set as names in the windows. In the window that you got when you had your legend.
Oh, that changed it. That helps.
So when you select the legend, there's going to be a window for you.
Legend? That's not legend.
I got this far. This is for wrap.
I've already done everything. Want me to send you the time? Hey,
No?
I can't do art.
Nobody's gonna hear me.
Why did that again? I think that says
That says no colors defined. No colors defined. Any schemes?
that was not the one.
Oh, I just made that up.
Everyone got the legend?
Whatever happened to that?
I said the same thing, I just didn't probably message why.
Change the title.
Change settings. John, how did you figure it out?
Can you remind me?
I don't know. Yeah. You're
So this, you know how to do it.
That's cheating, John.
I got an A on that.
Okay. Do that one more time.
Oh, it's
I had the same.
No?
Okay, guys. I have grooves in my model. So everything on the legend by the name is just going to be a room. So having different parts in my legend, I need to change obviously the names, right? Different spaces. This one should be a room. This
You just click on it and change it?
should be entrance, yeah.
no interest.
This one, it's office, I don't know.
Office? Well, come here,
Oh, cool. Once you change the name in the middle.
The name, when you change the name on the label, the legend will update because it's a different boundary and it's a different area. If you have just one area in the legend, that's because you only have one area specified in your floor plan. Make sense? Now to change the colors or define what you want, you just click on the legend itself. There's an edit option at the top. You edit, you can define the colors. Apply and OK. You can get color for plants.
Where's the edit button at the top?
Click on the legend. The edit button will be at the top.
Oh,
Here.
scheme.
Yeah. And then when you click on that, you'll get this and change the colors.
How did we make new areas?
Define room. You have to
Okay.
make rooms so you can
Okay. Thank you.
So now I want a stairs.
You want to do homework?
I have two levels.
Important the stairs.
So as default, I have two levels. Your project will be 3 levels. So pay attention to that. Here in the architecture tab, I go to stairs.
Hold on a second.
I have 2 options.
architecture stairs.
Choose the stair by component. Architecture tab, stairs. The first option, stairs component.
Stair by component.
When you select that, a whole drawing tools will show. Select the run item. In the option bar, you have location lines, probably set on center for you.
Yeah.
Click left. That means location line is where you start drawing your stairs from. Whether you're going to be starting from the left part, the center part, or the right part. That makes sense when you start drawing. Here, have automatic landing check. And select the point that you want to start. Let's say I want somewhere here. I'm on the left side. You can see a faint picture of your stairs being built. Now it's supposed to show how many razors you've already created. When you click the first point, I have 11 razors, and because I have one level, that means I'm just going to the second part, to the second level. There is 12 remaining. So I'm just going to click 11 for this part, and then you usually don't have straight stairs, right? Like 20 stairs going continuously. You have a U-shaped stairs, and then you come on this side and start. The rest will be here. When you click, the landing will automatically join the other side. Everyone. So when you specify the first point, because you chose the left, you're starting to draw on the left side. You draw 11 or 12 or 10, depending on what your preferences are. And then on the other side, as a U-shaped stair, you give it a specified distance, you draw the rest. When you click outside, it will draw the whole shape of your stairs. Now, in the options bar, in the properties part, the top level, here, because I have only one level, it's set on the level 2, but in your project, you have 3 or 4, you set it on the last part. Make sense? The stairs goes all the way through. Okay? So here, I'm still in the command. I click on the check mark. Excuse me.
Do we need to move it so it's like all the way in the house? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, we can move it.
Or you can have a pop-out
It
there,
doesn't fit.
so your stairs fit. I've seen that on houses before.
When you click on it, you can move.
Gnarly.
That's where I go.
Now in the 3D view,
I haven't.
you will see your stairs
It's the,
like this.
Oh, wow.
I just brought out my stairs, so it's
I just want to know if I touch you.
more.
This is a really small building.
Oh, how do you do that?
What the hell?
Okay, when you click the check mark in your floor plan, right here, when you click the check mark, you're finished with the command, right? You have your stairs. Now go to the 3D view. You want to see how it looks. And see if you have the railings and the landing right. If you have the directions on the other side, that means the drawing is Wrong.
The funny joke.
You want the landing.
We're listening, don't worry, sorry.
Hey, dude, I'm a mess. I don't know what you expected.
Everyone got stairs? It's
I
kind
can't
of
find
easy
the
when
3D
you
button.
work with it. You don't have to. Two documents that's usually in construction projects or any projects is the section. One of them sections and the other elevation. As default, you have the elevations, but you don't have any section until you draw the model. So in the View tab, select Section, icon, View tab, Section. View tab, Section.
View tab section.
In your floor plan, you should be in the floor plan. I want somewhere from here to here. Select the first point and the second point. You should get something like this, showing a dashed line around maybe part of your model, and the circle at one point or maybe two. If you click on the arrows here, you change the view of your section. That means in this part, you're looking downwards here. But if I change it,
View tab section.
I'm looking upwards. All the way here, cross section of my model will be upwards. Now, no. It's when you place the section on the plan, it will be added on the project browser. In the project browser, open the section, double click to see how your section looks.
It's awesome.
This is a document for showing details in your drawing. So at the bottom of your window, set the visual styles to
Realistic?
if it's shaded, you can put shaded, and the course, the amount of details that you want, you can set at fine. You will get the layers of your walls like this. So at the bottom of your window, here, yes, there's an icon. You can set how much details you want to see in a view. Set as fine, and change the other one, this one, to shaded as a color. And then you will, when you're cutting through the walls, you will get all the details that you have in your element. Make sense?
Run through that window.
There's some section should be added over there. Section, double click, double cut.
Okay guys, so this is adding section. You already have 4 elevations. So if for your homework in your term project, if they want 2 or 1, this is how you add section. Now creating sheets, presentation, how you present your documents. Here in the project browser, there's a category sheets. You click on that, right click, new sheet. As the default, you click OK, you should have a title block, just like CAD.
So the homework assignment, you need to change here the owner name, put your name and your ID, so I can create.
How do you
Click on it, you can just give your information. So you have this to bring in your views into the sheet. You just drag them from the project browser. Here, let's say I want the first level floor plan on my sheet. I drag it all the way through here, and it's I will have something like this. Drag this. I don't have something. Bring the. So you drag from the plans in the project browser, anything. You can bring your floor plan. I've already brought it. I'm bringing an elevation. So I drag it all the way through here. I place it in the sheet. Now, you should have something like this showing everything. This is bringing the actual window of that floor to this sheet, okay? So you don't want these to be on your presentation. Make sense?
Yeah.
So
why
what you
did we select east and not anything else? Or is that just anything? I'm saying, why did we select east when we drag the section? It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. I chose east. So in the level, you should change your region or view. There's an icon here at the bottom. You click to with the bulb, I guess. You click on that in your floor plan,
What is it called?
or it's a crop region. Hide crop region. When it's on, it's showing your crop region. You should have something outside like this. It's probably like this for you guys. Showing everything inside. Now, you click on that, you drag it inside because you don't want those showing, and then the option next to it, you hide this, you click on it, you hide it, then option next to it, here, after you switched off this, then option next to it, it's the view region, you close that in as well. You don't get these points in your presentation sheets. So I close this, and then I go to my sheet again. I drag my work, and I have this like this.
So trying to put your 3D view and first level and second level, if you have it, and different section, cross-section views, and we forgot the camera views.
I'll just
Guys, yeah, it's all, I'm telling you.
So which
So-
one did you say? So you went 3D
No,
view?
there is, I'll give you instruction over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go over it again with the 3D. Let's say I want to bring my 3D view. My 3D view was set on this. I'll just change it like this. I want this to come in my sheet, right? I drag the 3D here all the way and place. The view I'm showing in my 3D, it will be placed on this sheet.
So you can play with this. She's going to show you how to look at the camera views.
Now, in your floor plan,
Go to floor plan, first level. Here.
yeah, in the view tab, where you have the house 3D view, when you click on that, it will show you a camera option here, like this. You click on the camera, so in the view, 3D panel, camera option, click on that. I have an icon like this. Let's say I want to see the inside. And I want the extent. This shows me the direction I'm looking towards. So I'm basically standing here, I'm looking this way. Click the second point, and you have your interior view. This box is showing the dimension of your view. So you can change it when you drag the points out like this. It changes the extents, okay? Now you can see that the camera view will be added under the 3D views on your project browser. So to bring that in your sheet, let's go over that again. Go into your sheet. I want my camera view, select it, drag all the way, and put it in the sheet. Guys, I'm just gonna mention something really quickly. No. It's probably another 3D view.
Okay.
You name it. So you don't Now I opened. I'm sorry. Can I go through real quick?
Okay, sure. Oh, we forgot about the curtain wall.
So I went to the 3D model view here.
Okay, go to 3D model.
We have a type of a wall called curtain wall. It's basically a wall, but it's a window. So here in the architecture tab, in the walls, you select wall, and then in the properties where you selected the exterior and the interiors, you come all the way down here. You choose, you have 3 types. You can draw with 3 of them, see what's the differences. There's a slight differences with the depth, I guess. Here I'm choosing this. In the 3D view, I usually use 3D for drawing curtain walls. In the edit type, in the properties, make sure, click on that, make sure the automatically embedded is checked here. And click OK. And then zoom in. Click on your wall, 1 point, and then click on the other point. You should get this. If the depth of your wall is too much, it's probably not going to show you the window.
Are we doing it on the inside or the outside?
It's on the edge, so if you, like me, if you don't choose the right part, it's not going to show. Here.
Oh, wow.
You have to click on the edge so it comes into the wall, right?
Okay. Yeah, mine's not created.
Oh, it's just so.
It's okay. Just move around with it, it will come in. Here, I have some panels. I changed it, so you guys might not have panels. In the same tab, you will have curtain grids. Click on curtain grids, architecture tab, curtain grids. You can add panels the way you want. Like, it depends on the design. Here, I click here, where I can move any other ones or delete them. Okay? And then, again, in the architecture tab, you have mullions. Those grid lines aren't really panels. So to give them depth and thickness, you need to choose the mullion here, and then there's an option open at the top. Click all grid lines, it will give you the same panels that I have on the screen.
Mine didn't seem to do that. Did we have to have it selected first?
I can't use it for 30 minutes, so if you wanna
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I think my, how did she,
Oh,
What was that?
what did she do?
How do you?
Basically I added the
Master bedroom's huge.
curtain grid. Go to architecture. It's curtain grid. It's right next to mullion. Go ahead and click on that, and you can add. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
Where's Ronnie?
He never shows up. He always skips.
Oh, he doesn't always skip.
That's why he didn't want to
The last few months, so.
Oh, he was in the first session of
Oh, he was. He just shows up at 6
What's the purpose of the curtain walls? Yeah, why do you, what is
Like concrete,
the concept behind it?
Yes.
So this is curtain wall. If you wanted to change anything, select the curtain wall. Just like other properties, you can add different things to it. Like for the base offset from the ground, I want it to be 3 feet. If I add that, there will be a wall underneath my curtain wall, right? If the top part, the top offset, is set on 2 feet, so I will get this. So you can change your curtain wall parts in the properties. I just changed the top offset and the bottom base offset to get these walls around my curtain wall. If you play around with it, probably understand most of the parameters that it has. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Pro.
Any question?
My 30 houses is
No, sir. I was just, no, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, for your next meeting, actually this room was taken by other class, so we can meet